So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to my students. How are you today?
Great.
Yeah, good. So good. Okay, so I'm Azizam Ayman with Aziz, and today I'm gonna teach you guys some lessons. But here are some pictures that I want you all to guess before I start my lesson. So, from this video, what can you deduct about our today's lesson?
Hi.
Hi, yeah. How about Azim?
Question.
Shop.
Sure, yeah, good. So today, our topic is about cardiogenic shock. So we will learn about shock. So this is our agenda for today. What is cardiogenic shock? The role of heart in shock, and then the cardiac output with the shock, the causes, manifestation, and lastly the basic diagnosis. Okay, so this is my lesson plan for today. At the end of this 30 minutes learning session, students should be able to firstly define cardiogenic shock, and then describe the heart role in the cardiogenic shock, and then understand the relationship of cardiac output with the management of patient with cardiogenic shock. Also, the students will be able to determine the causes of cardiogenic shock while identify the manifestation of cardiogenic shock and explain the basic intervention on cardiogenic shock. Okay, so firstly, what is cardiogenic shock? It is a condition when the heart is unable to pump enough blood to meet the body's perfusion needs. Okay, so then, what is the role of the heart in this situation? Basically, heart rules is to pump the blood to the body, and then it will take the deoxygenated blood to the right side of the heart and pump it back to the lungs. And then the lungs will oxygenate the blood and send back to the heart via the left side, where the rest of the heart, where the rest of the blood will be pumped up to the body for the perfusion needs. Okay, so next, heart is important because firstly it plays the role in maintaining the tissue perfusion. So basically to meet the body's needs of perfusion, and then through the delivery of the oxygen and nutrients through the blood, it will help the cells tissue to survive throughout our lifetime. And then, what happens if the heart cannot pump is the cardiac output will fall, which later we will discuss what is cardiac output, which cause decrease in tissue perfusion and ultimately leading to the death of tissue. Okay, so later, when the body experiences the death of the tissues, it will enter the stages of shock, which I assume that you all have already known: the initial, compensatory, progressive, and refractory. Okay, so first, what is cardiac output? Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped by the heart per minute, and it can be formulated by the formula heart rate multiples with stroke volume. So what is stroke volume? Stroke volume is the amount of blood pumped from the left ventricle per beat, which is determined by these three variables: preload, afterload, and contractility. Preload is the number of ventricles stretches at the end of the diastole, while afterload is the pressure for the ventricles to pump the blood out to the lungs and to the body. And then lastly, the contractility is the strength of the muscles cells to contract. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so if cardiac output falls, the tissue perfusion will also fall, because cardiac output tells how well the heart is pumping and the perfusion of to the organ cells. Okay, so what is the relation between the cardiac output and stroke volume with this cardiogenic shock is in managing patients with cardiogenic shock, medications will be used, and they will affect the three variables that I said earlier, which are afterload, preload, and contractility of the heart. So what are the examples? Okay, so firstly, vasodilators, it will affect the afterload, which will cause the afterload to decrease, which will lead to the stroke volume to increase the cardiac output. And then positive inotropes, the example of one of the medication will be used for the patient with cardiogenic shock is will cause the contractility of the heart to increase, which later will increase the cardiac output. And then at last, it can also increase the preload, which ultimately cardiac output. So now, before we proceed, I have some questions for you guys. Okay. So firstly, what is cardiogenic shock? Can someone explain to me? Azim, how about you?
Cardiogenic shock is when your heart is unable to function normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the function? Hakim, do you know? Can you help Azim?
Cannot pump correctly lah.
Oh, good. So basically, as we learned here, is a condition when the heart is unable to pump blood to meet the body's perfusion needs. Okay, so next question. What is the role of the heart? Yeah, Hakim.
Okay, to pump the blood to the whole body.
Oh, good. So when it pumps the blood,
Oxygenated blood.
yeah. So what does it maintain?
Oxygen.
Perfusion.
Perfusion.
Yeah, good. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so heart is basically to pump blood throughout the body, thus maintaining the body perfusion needs. Okay, so at last, maybe the hardest, so I will give you sometimes maybe 5 minutes. So you guys can think the relation of cardiac output with cardiogenic shock patients. 5 minutes, I guess we can start.
So Hakim, what do you think about how cardiac output relates to the cardiogenic shock?
When the cardiac output is low, so the
The
blood
heart can't pump properly.
cannot pump properly. So maksudnya the blood yang throughout the whole body
Yeah.
become low. Because cardiac
So
output is
reduce
low.
cardiac output, so less oxygenated blood will
Yeah, get
So-
pumped throughout the whole body.
So, do you guys want to tell me the answers before the 5 minutes, or do you guys want to discuss?
What's the answer, teacher?
Yeah, let's see your answer first, Aziz.
Ask Hakim.
Yeah, Hakim,
Okay,
you can try.
when the cardiac output is low,
Yeah.
so the body cannot accept a lot. Did not accept lah a lot of the blood.
Okay.
Cannot the heart did not pump correctly when the cardiac output is low.
Oh, yeah, true.
The perfusion is low, gitu.
So, what's the relation with the patient with cardiogenic shock? How do we manage the patient with cardiogenic shock? What do we use with them?
Using inotrol.
Yeah, good. What else?
Vasodilator.
Yeah, so that's the answer. Thank you, Hakim. So basically, cardiac output shows the heart's pump ability and perfusing the blood throughout the body. Thus, when we want to manage the patient with cardiogenic shock, it requires medication, which cardiac output can help in showing their effectiveness by the indicators from the variables afterload, preload, and contractility. Okay, so you guys, what do you see from this?
Heart attack.
Heart attack,
Shock.
shock, yeah, heart attack,
Collapse.
collapse. What does
Heart-
the old
chest
man
pain,
feel?
chest pain.
Chest pain, yeah, good.
That's not chest pain.
So basically, what the old man experience is the manifestation from the cardiogenic shock. Okay, so what is the causes for cardiogenic shock to happen? Basically, there are just two: heart systolic dysfunction and heart dystolic dysfunction. So heart systolic is when the heart is unable to pump blood out of the heart and to the body, while the heart dystolic dysfunction is when the heart chambers cannot fit properly with blood, thus disrupting the body perfusion. So this is the example for the heart systolic dysfunction. Firstly, acute myocardial infarction, where the heart coronary artery will be blocked and the diminish of the oxygen and nutrients to the cell tissue will cause death for the tissue due to the lack of oxygen supplies, particularly the left ventricle, because it receives the blood first. Thus, the pump mechanism by the heart will be altered and cause cardiogenic shock. Okay, so for what heart diastolic dysfunction, the example is pericardial tamponade. Basically, fluids are filled around the heart, and then it causes the chambers in the blood unable to be filled properly. Thus, perfusion needs are not met and can cause cardiogenic shock. Okay, so do you guys understand from these examples?
Yes.
Yes, so good. Okay, so this is the manifestation. So firstly, for the manifestation, we can it's easier for us to see the organs that's involved. Firstly, is the heart. Basically, the heart is weak. Thus, the blood cannot be filled properly and cannot be pumped properly throughout the body. Okay, so firstly, through the impairment of the heart, it will cause backflow of blood from the left side of the heart to the lungs, which ultimately cause these four symptoms. Firstly, pulmonary congestion, and then we can find placards when we do assessment on the patient with cardiogenic shock, dyspnea, and tachycardia, which is increased heart rate. Okay. So next, if we look closely, and then the blood flow will back from the lungs to the right side of the heart will cause distended jugular vein and increase CVP, which we know as central venous pressure. Also, the dysfunction of the heart will cause hypotension, chest pain, earlier like Hakim said, and weak peripheral pulses. Okay. It also can cause impairment to the brain by inability to meet the oxygen needs to the brain tissues, which will lead to the confusion, agitation, and restlessness. Okay. Okay. So next, the kidney also is affected by the patient manifesting oliguria and shows some increase of BUN and creatinine in the laboratory studies. Okay. Also for the skin, if we feel and do assessment on the patient with cardiogenic shock, it will show a decreased capillary refill. Azim, do you know what is the normal capillary refill time?
2 seconds.
2 seconds, good. So, what does it mean to have decreased capillary refill?
The blood circulation is impaired.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then the patient also will show pain, cool and clammy skin. Okay. So now, the second section for the question today. What causes the cardiogenic shock?
Cardiac tamponade.
Wait, I give you guys some time. 2 minutes. You guys can discuss among yourself.
The diastolic, right? Diastolic.
Do you guys want hints?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Basically, there's two.
Oh,
There are two.
yeah.
There are six. Dysfunction in the heart mechanism.
The first one, diastolic.
Wow. Mirza seems to find the answer. How about Mirza? Do you want to answer?
I want to be diastolic, systolic. The systolic, dia tak boleh nak pump out. Kalau diastolic, dia tak boleh nak fill. Tapi nama dia, I forgot the name.
1 more minute. Okay, time's up. Azim, what do you think is the causes for cardiogenic shock?
I actually forgot the actual name, but there are two types. The first one is diastolic, impaired diastolic something, whereby the heart is unable to let the ventricles be filled.
Okay.
But the systolic part is when the heart is unable to pump out and from the atria to the ventricle.
Yeah, good. So basically what Azim said are true. Okay. So let's see the answer. Yeah, that's dysfunction of heart systolic and diastolic function. So Hakim, what's the example of the disease that causes the impairment of this function?
Oh, this cardiac tamponade.
Yeah, true. Clear hands. Okay. the manifestation of cardiogenic shock. I will give you 3 minutes.
Confusion, tachycardia, confusion, agitation,
ada satu lagi.
oliguria, creatinine, BUN, oliguria.
Mirza wants to answer. Please try.
Answer je.
The teacher is good.
Two more minutes. You guys can discuss. Okay, Hakim, what do you think is the manifestation among the patient with cardiogenic shock?
Confusion,
Yeah,
tadi agitation,
Two. What else?
Tachycardia.
Tachycardia. So I can give 3. How about Aziz?
I give
What
dyspnea,
else?
dyspnea.
Dyspnea. Yeah. Another 2.
oliguria,
Oliguria. One more.
high creatinine,
BUN and creatinine.
Yeah. So Mirza give the last answer. So good. Yeah. Okay. So that's basically it. So now we move to the last section. Nursing diagnosis.
ni tak atas ni weh. Previous ni weh, atas ni weh.
Yeah. So there are 3 nursing diagnoses that we can come out from patient with cardiogenic shock. So firstly, decreased cardiac output related to blockage of heart, coronary arteries. And then second is impaired gas exchange related to pulmonary edema associated with the heart dysfunction abilities. And then at last, the effective tissue population related to dysfunctional heart pump mechanism. Okay, so do you guys understand
Yes.
what's the nursing diagnosis?
Yes.
Okay, good. So basically, the 3 nursing diagnoses that I said earlier, we just come up with the same goals and the same interventions. So I thought just combine them together so you guys can choose and then modify from your own interventions for each goals. So basically, the goals for nursing reperfusion to the heart muscles and then to increase the cardiac output of the patient, and if the patient have pulmonary edema, we need to decrease the overload of the fluid and also to maintain the oxygen status basically from the pulmonary edema where the lungs is filled with the blood. Okay, so the interventions are basically 3. Firstly is to do heart catheterizations for the patient with cardiogenic shock, and then to administer medications and to monitor the hemodynamic system of the patient. And at last is to instill mechanical ventilation. Okay. So firstly, hemodynamic monitoring. So how do we monitor the hemodynamic system of the patient? I don't want to emphasize on the basic one where we assess the common vital signs such as heart rate. So I hope you guys understand, and I believe that you guys already know the simple one. So firstly, how do we monitor the hemodynamic for patient with critical care in the ICU? For patient with the cardiogenic shock, firstly is we insert pulmonary artery catheter to the right side of the heart, and then a balloon is inflated to measure the left atrial filling pressure. So all of this is to measure the pulmonary artery wedge pressure. So the normal measurement is from 4 to 12 millihertz, and for patient with cardiogenic shock, there will be more than 18. So why? Because as we learn about the pathophysiology of the cardiogenic shock, the blood is not pumped out properly. Thus, this will create pressure in the left atrium. Okay. So next is we measure the CVP, central venous pressure. So a catheter will be used to measure the pressure in the right atrium and the superior vena cava. So the normal depends on the resources. Sometimes it can be 6 to 8 and sometimes it can be 8 to 12. So why? Because the backflow of the blood to the right side of the heart will cause venous congestion, thus increase the CVP. Okay. So now medications. Do you guys understand about the monitor of the hemodynamic system?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay. So firstly, is diuretics. Diuretics is basically because of a backup of fluids in the lungs from the dysfunctional heart. Example of the medication is furosemide, which will decrease the preload, thus relieving the heart's workload. Okay. Okay. So next is there are three examples of group of medications that we can administer to the patient with cardiogenic shock. Firstly is vasopressin. So the example of this medication is norepinephrine, which will increase the tissue coefficient by increasing the blood pressure. Thus, the cardiac output will be increased as well. Okay. So and then positive inotropes. Dobutamine and dopamine is the examples for positive inotropes, where they will increase the contractility of the heart. But we need to take precaution when administer the positive inotropes because there will be side effects. And then vasodilators, sodium nitroprusside. Okay, so basically vasodilator we have in decreasing the preload and the afterload. Thus stroke volume will be increased. And then when the stroke volume is increased, the cardiac output will be increased. Okay. So recap. Okay, so we will see from the first learning objective. Hakim, what is cardiogenic shock?
Cardiogenic shock is when the heart cannot pump blood throughout the body, and then kacau the perfusion lah.
Oh, what does it mean by kacau the perfusion?
Decrease perfusion.
Oh yeah, good. Okay. So, Azim, what causes this cardiogenic shock? You gave the answer. Okay.
Decrease systolic, systolic function.
Is it the same like the decrease systolic and systolic function?
Okay.
Is there any hint, teacher?
Okay. So, yeah, essentially, there's something mechanism of the heart that impact the pumping and the perfusion of the blood. Can you elaborate on that? Oh, you may discuss first. I give 2 minutes.
Dysfunction, diastolic.
Dysfunction of systolic and heart diastolic and diastolic of the heart.
Okay.
Okay, so for the function of the systolic, the heart is unable to pump out the blood into the ventricle.
Yeah.
But for the diastolic, the blood is unable to fill into the ventricles. Yeah, and then it will cause decreased perfusion.
Oh, that's so good. Let's clap for Aziz. Okay, so Mirza, what are the examples of condition for the impact mechanism that Azim said tadi? Yeah.
Cardiac.
Okay, myocardial cardiac infection. One more. You may discuss with your colleague.
Tamponade, cardiac tamponade. Cardiac tamponade.
Cardiac tamponade.
Yeah, cardiac tamponade. Okay, what is cardiac tamponade?
When the heart we have sac, so the blood fill the sac and then getting pressure to the heart.
Yeah, so good. Let's clap for Aziz. Okay, so what's the sign and symptom for patient with cardiogenic shock?
tachycardia.
Oh yeah. Let's see. 5. Tachycardia. What?
Agitation.
Yeah.
Confusion.
Yeah, so good.
Increase in creatinine and BUN.
Yeah.
Oliguria.
Oh shit. 5 already. So good. Okay. Clap for Aziz. Okay, and last, in managing patient with cardiogenic shock, we need to prioritize to restore the heart mechanism. Okay, so this one I will ask. What are the group of drugs in the medications that we administer among patients with cardiogenic shock? Mirza.
Vasopressor.
Yeah, vasopressor. Lagi? What else?
Positive ion.
Yeah. One more. Start with D. Start with D. Yeah, diuretics. Okay, so good. Clap for Mirza. Actually, we not done yet. That's me. Okay, so Hakim. Restore the heart mechanism is important. So we need to monitor the patient, right?
Yes.
So what do we monitor among the patient with cardiogenic shock?
Hemodynamic monitoring.
Yeah, so good. Okay, so Aziz, what do we monitor in the hemodynamic system among the patient?
Blood pressure.
Okay, what else?
Heart rate.
Heart rate lagi. What more?
Oxygen saturation.
Yeah, that's the basic vital signs. the one that I showed you.
Okay.
Yeah, Hakim.
Okay, I guess the insert balloon inside the heart
Yeah.
to measure the systolic pressure pump.
Okay, so good, Hakim. So basically, what Hakim say is to measure the wedge pressure in the heart by inserting the catheter and inflate the balloon. Okay, but there's one more. There is one pressure with 3 letters.
CVP.
CVP, yeah. Okay. Okay, so what? Each of you guys, each of you come up with one missing disease for patient with cardiogenic shock. Okay, I give 1 minute.
Ineffective tissue perfusion. No sure.
Yeah.
Ineffective tissue perfusion.
Okay, good. Okay. Aziz.
Only one, right?
No, each of you one. What's this?
Cardiac output.
Low cardiac output.
Yeah, increase cardiac output.
Decrease.
Okay, Mirza, last one.
Pulmonary edema.
Hmm?
Pulmonary edema.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so good. Okay, so to summarize our lesson today, this is it. Basically, cardiogenic shock relates to the heart's dysfunctional ability due to the causes, which is impact mechanisms in pumping and perfusing blood to the body. Okay. Those. When managing patient with cardiogenic shock, we need to prioritize restoring the heart mechanism. Okay. So, do you guys understand our lesson today?
Yes.
So good. Okay. So basically, that's all that I will present today, and I've got good feedbacks from you guys, and I basically can say that you guys understand my lesson today.
Yes.
Yes,
Sort
teacher.
of.
Yeah. So that's it. Thank you.